Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Oh shit. What a great way to start this, right? Alright, well I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Oh yo, my emotes are in here. I did not think about checking that.
Check what?
Frank Facey emotes.
There,
We have the God stare.
Amazing.
Also for Oro there.
Huh? What for me?
I
What?
got the Bomberman emote.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me when to start the timer countdown when you're good.
Okay. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. So this is
Good
Sonic. This is Sonic 06 Shadow Story, no MSG. So no MSG stands for no mission select glitch, which I'm not gonna go into too big of details to it, but pretty much is a wrong warp. That's it. So we start with Y Acropolis. Y Acropolis is awful. The ending really sucks because you have to shoot down 4 towers with a horrible vehicle. So, but the rest of it we at least go fast. Also with me is a good friend of mine, Oro, who also used to run this game.
Hi. My time is awful.
I mean, mine is too, so...
Mine's worse, it's okay. I have like a 57 still, I think. You're good.
So, also, doors in this game are just kind of suggestions, so we just become just the Flash for a second stage. Oh, I actually got really lucky. One of the robots got hit by explosives.
Nice.
Nice. So, also this is... I'm sorry. Also, this is loading screens the game. Also, it's apparently my audio is for the game is not going through or something. Sounds a bit delayed or something. I don't know.
It should have been coming through.
Yeah. Oh, well, this is a Rouge stage, and I messed up the most easiest thing in the world in the starting to glide, but oh well. So, hopefully we don't see it here, but Rouge has a unique little glitch called a moon jump, in which if you hit the ground the same frame that you leave a glide, you get like indefinite vertical velocity, I guess the best way of putting it. You just go really high up in there for no reason whatsoever. Nobody knows why. Actually, nobody knows why I lost something in this game really well. So here's the tower section. Yeah, pretty much. So here's the tower section I made earlier. Here's the vehicle that Shadow uses. The Humvee. Humvee's awful. I'm going to be saying that quite a bit. Thankfully, I got a good missile shot so far. So, unfortunately, the missiles for the Humvee do kind of auto-seek at some points. So they're not the best thing in the world. And then I tried to shoot before I hit the ramp there to get a little elevation on it, but oh well. This didn't go completely like it was.
Yeah, once you blow up the last one, the end of the level's kind of on a little timer, so you can just kind of screw around and do whatever.
Pretty much.
A lot of times what I would do is just jump in a hole. Pretty good.
I keep thinking about like doing splits and stuff right now. It's like, no. Stop it, brain. Also, I'm gonna... If the audio is like really badly messed up or anything, I can try to reset the capture card real quick.
Just turn on your game a little bit.
Just turn it up? Okay.
Down.
Oh, down?
Yeah.
I'll do it real quick if Egg Servers is nice. Hey, I learned today you can find Egg Servers. Never knew that was a thing. So nobody else told me. So this is Egg Servers. Egg Servers can be a dick. So you try to get onto them as fast as possible, but you have this, the hitbox in his tail is not the best. And unlike Sonic, you can't really homie attack his rails. So you just kind of have to hope everything lines up and you land on the hitbox correctly. Also, if I don't get him on this 3rd and 4th phase, he will jump up on this cliff and waste a lot of time. Thankfully I got it. First, the 3rd one, please.
Do what I tell you.
And I forgot that he will just bump the wall there. Time to turn it on. Did get fast follow for once.
Yeah, so Shadow's homing attack, like, whenever he does a homing attack on something, he kind of pauses above it to like try to continue to do kicks. That's one of Shadow's little like gimmicks. And oftentimes it gets you like stuck outside of the rail, I guess is the best way to put it, and you just don't slide on it, so you have to line yourself up pretty well. It's kind of dumb.
And also, that was pretty solid. I like that X service.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
So now we're going to go over to the world map of this game, Solely Honest, after several cutscenes and a pretty long loading session. Also, one thing to talk about, you'll see I get these medals after the end of every mission. So you want to try to prevent getting the S rank, because in S rank you get 2 medals. And so that you save about, I think it's like 6 to 8 seconds per medal if you can avoid one. Now there's some levels in Shadow that it's just you can't avoid the medal, it's not possible. But sometimes we'll take an extra hit somewhere that will give us just a low enough point score that we'll get an A rank instead. Unfortunately, we're not blessed like Sonic, in which I think pretty much every mission outside of bosses he doesn't have to get an S rank in. So now we're going through Solely Honest, and we hope we don't homie attack the boss, but I did, because I came in with a bad angle. And we hope we don't homie attack people, because it just wastes time.
Also, yeah, Shadow's homing attack is extremely broken for movement. It goes way farther than Sonic's, and it's just absurdly fast compared to his normal movement. Shadow also can't spin dash like Sonic can, so you don't really have that option.
Also, his base run speed is a lot slower than Sonic's for some reason, even though he's supposed to be as fast.
His jet skates are broken, I guess.
Yeah. So we just got 2 upgrades there. We got the... Actually, I don't remember the name of the item for Lightning Dash, but we got Lightning Dash, which, once again...
Air chip.
Yeah, the air chip. There we go. Once again, doesn't work in any Sonic game ever. Properly, I should say. And then we got the, I think, Blue Gem or something? Pretty much we gain the ability with Shadow to go Kaioken and get really strong, and every Sonic 06 runner hates that I say that, but whatever. So now we
kind of funny.
progress.
I feel like the Light Dash in this game is like the most functional one out of any Sonic game.
It is, but man, it's finicky because once they bind everything to X button in this game. It's not homie attack and jump, unlike Unleashed that binds everything to the hex button, including homie attack. So now we have the second vehicle at the start of Kingdom Valley. We have the glider. All the glider sections are quick. I guess the best way to put it, because we just boost through. A lot of people didn't know that the glider actually has a boost. Yeah, it's super helpful to have that, because you just ignore all the glider stages pretty much. So now we actually get to play the rest of the level, instead of having the auto-scroller. And we're going to have more door clips. So Kingdom Valley, in my opinion, if executed properly, is one of the most technical stages in this game. It's one of my favorites. You can tell with how much you can see how much I've practiced with how I execute on this stage.
You will need to collect
Nice, that was a good door clip.
3 cubes. That's a hover vehicle.
Ooh, yeah.
Press the Y button to get out.
So now we're going to take the hover bike, which is the third vehicle in this game. There's still one more after this that we'll see later on. Here, starting on a radical train. And we're going to go through this area, hopefully not get too much lag or get hit by any debris, because that can happen, and that is very unfortunate. We're going to slow down here, and then we're going to jump up at the spring, because Shadow's homing attack doesn't care about vertical direction whatsoever. And we're going to jump on Dry Bird. Dry Bird saves the day. And once again, pretty good time. Liking these times. I have the lower voice, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I'm Gedrith. Hi.
Yeah, Gedrith's got the big, deep man voice.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It was intended as such, so there you go.
So, thankfully with Shadow's homing attack, we can actually just homing attack around stuff and no backup shots. Oh, I hate backup shots. This is scary. Anyways, with Shadow's homing attack, you can actually homing attack around specific people, so you can kind of skip intended additional homing attacks. which saves a lot of time because Shadow's homing attack animation is very slow. Also, those stairs were not the best. I was trying to do a technique in which you save momentum by holding back neutral on the stick once you hit and you can maintain your momentum that way. Unfortunately, I did not do a good job on the stairs. And that slowed me down quite a bit. So, I guess they were intending for you to follow that speed pad back there after that spring section, but it doesn't work if you don't move forward. So you can just jump over and skip that whole little on rails section back there. The other voice is Oro. He is helping out with
Nice.
Oh, and I bombed. Unfortunate. So we're gonna skip another part of the stage by just jumping down here onto this platform, and then just going at the end of this tower. And we're pretty much getting near to the end of the stage. Just one more stairs section, which I actually have good execution for my momentum saving, and we have the rails. So, rails on this game, you have a grind trick, but instead of just hitting it once or holding it, you actually do a rhythm to it, and it lets you go a lot faster exponentially. Ooh, oh, bad angle on the floor. There we go. Still pretty solid time with the 250.
Yes. Perfect.
So, getting the A, it is possible to get A rank here by getting bodied right at the end, but it really depends on how fast you go through the rest of the level, and if you just go too fast, you just get an S rank, and there's nothing you can do about it, even if you get hit. You possibly might be able to get away with getting hit twice at some point, but normally the lag from getting hit isn't worth it. Shadow now Danny Phantom. I still think he's the Flash. I mean, we do time travel after all, which is happening.
We just talked about how slow his running speed was, though.
But he can go through walls, Oro. And he goes through time.
So then he's Rogue.
Yeah, fair enough. So now we're at Crisis City, and as Sonic would like to mention all the time, the city is on fire. Thankfully, Shadow is more... Yeah, he is more intelligent, and just kind of doesn't care about mentioning the obvious. So hopefully we're going to make it through this section without taking too much damage or having any falling objects fall onto the Humvee. We want to try to keep this alive as much as we possibly can. And also boost, but I keep forgetting to boost. Oh, don't flip, don't flip! And
Pretty much everything here does damage to the Humvee as well. It's really annoying, and a lot of stuff just will hit you and not feel like it should do damage, and it just takes off like half of its health.
Unfortunately, I flipped it, so I have to go back and get the other Humvee. It's actually a little bit faster at this point to go back and get the Humvee rather than restart. So, thankfully I have to flip the other one because it's at another bad angle. So, this is how wonderful Crisis City can possibly be. If you ever run this game, you just have to get used to Crisis City's other crap. So I'm gonna launch the Humvee off of this, and unfortunately I didn't get a lot of speed. I wanted to ideally go where I am now to get on this rail for the rest of the level. So, if you, like I mentioned earlier, and if you haven't noticed already, Crisis City kind of randomly spawns stuff above you and drops it on you. Well, this game doesn't calculate placement very well after getting hit by anything. So you actually have the chance that if something falls onto the front of the car, that it gets very confused where the car is supposed to be and just zips you forward and kills you immediately. That's happened to me way too many times. So now we have the second section. We're supposed to do a lot of rails, but we're just going to jump off the rail and not care. And fall on this other rail. And then I'm going to jump over to this third rail and set up in the middle, if you've ever watched me do this run before, because this third rail is actually, in my opinion, it's a lot faster, but it's kind of relative. So now we're going to get the box jump, hopefully first try. Yo! Nice! That jump is not easy.
Yeah, it's one of the most finicky things in this entire game, if I'm being perfectly honest. It's
yeah, so there's an invisible... Yeah. Oh god, yeah. So there's an invisible wall right in front of the box right there, but it doesn't extend all the way. And so you can get lucky and get enough air with Shadow that you actually can homie attack over the invisible wall and hit that rail up there. Oh, more. Now, hopefully I'll be able to show this off. I found a new little thing right here. So, yeah, I didn't get it, unfortunately. So you can actually avoid the trigger for that bridge collapsing, and it saves you a little bit of time because you can just walk up to that rail there that I jumped on from the box. Add a little bit. So also, like every Sonic game ever, they have a pixel issue in this game in which if you're too close to an edge and you try to jump, it actually just eats your jump input and just kind of lets you casually walk off the edge. That kills a lot of people sometimes. So we're about to have another glider section, because, you know, obviously the best way of breaking up any level is have a normal arm run area and then glider, or any type of vehicle section, am I right? You know, it's not like I want to go fast or anything.
I mean, the glider's pretty fast. Alright.
Yeah, but I could be running, skipping doors, and I just hit something. I hit 2 things! Oh man, I am garbage. I almost hit 3 things. So every time you hit something, I think it's 5 seconds, because you have to wait for all the invincibility frames so you can boost again. Yeah, it sounds like something around there. Probably might be a little less.
It's a lot, yeah.
So here's the fourth and final section. I usually don't call it, but so we're gonna do Yish Jump. We got Yish Jump, thankfully. So that jump is called Yish Jump, not because it's hard, but because Yish lost world record attempt trying to make that jump. We've all lost attempts, to be honest, on that jump. It's a lot more finicky than it looks, and it has a tendency to just shove it straight down off the side of it. But the guy that taught me told me to call it Yish Jump, so I shall do it. Also with Triple Agent, Destiny Driver. Actually, didn't you also teach me this game, bro?
Parts of it, yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe I messed that up.
I can't for the life of me remember what, though, but...
So, if I got first try, which is still even faster doing a second try than the old way, a brother named Sharu found that little better way of going up to the rails section there. It's so much nicer. So you used to have to go up this kind of auto jump section, and then you had to take a blind jump over to where it is, and the camera can just kind of screw you over, because the camera actually does have a little dictation on Shadow's homing attack. So if the camera decides so, you're not going to make that jump if you get the old way. But now we have more control over it. You just have a little bit more of a blind jump trying to hope you angle yourself correctly and actually fall on the platform, which I unfortunately did not do. Also, this is a creepy time, but that's mostly because of the first section.
Yes.
I'm 100% sure that's why he gave it the name.
I'd believe it.
So, next up we go straight into Flame Core. So, Flame Core is really fun because they have falling sausages. Oh, yeah, sausages. Meatballs. There we go. That's what we call them. Falling meatballs.
Spherical sausages.
Yeah. It's probably a thing somewhere. But we have falling flaming meatballs for 2 parts of the stage. Well, unfortunately, they can hit in really bad situations and lose you a lot of time, so hopefully it's not or kill you. There's that option. So hopefully we're not going to get hit by any. So we're going to avoid that visible wall and just jump straight down here.
I can't fall here.
And then hopefully not get hit by a flying meatball right here, and we're good. But I hit the spring, so I'm just going to go on and go with this area instead of doing the other route. Did not need to hit that. So normally you kind of do a homing attack after hitting the minion over here, and then take a little bit of a speed part to get over to where I just jumped from. But if you hit the... Okay, it's funny. If you hit the spring back there, it's just better to go up with the spring. least don't homing attack you play next to the box. It's not cool. So now we're gonna clip through this door, which is the easiest door to clip through in the game. Oh, and well, I was not supposed to go Kaioken, but I was supposed to wait until I get through the door, but save it anyways. Oh, I had it. And then I messed that up. I don't think this is gonna work, but... Oh, hey! Alright, cool.
Yeah, you should be able to...
Yeah, I went a little bit higher than I was supposed to. Oh, thank you, Kaioken, for triggering that great time. So...
Yeah, so when Shadow's red like this, he has an ability on his homing attacks called Gas Snap, where if you continue to hold the A button while you do a homing attack, you literally just snap to things, and it's kind of finicky, but it's really cool because it lets you kind of artificially extend your homing attack's length.
And also jump through walls, like I just did there. So, pretty much how the game reads is you instantly teleport to your target, so it doesn't really put into account anything that might be in your way, it just puts you there, so we can skip through some doors with that. It's kinda nice. And this is another section that we really hope... Okay, well, that was unfortunate, but hopefully I'm not going to get hit on the way up. Okay, so that little ramp section there, you can get hit by those flaming meatballs still, and unless you're silver, you can't recover from it, because you are kind of just locked. So, thankfully I didn't get hit, but that does happen. Oh, and it sucks. It's emotionally devastating. Alright, so I'm gonna try to get a homing attack up there to that box, but I did it unfortunately, so I'll take a little bit of a longer way around. Have a little momentum gain. And, oh, jump too soon. Good though. Grab this invincibility. So, a fun thing about invincibility in this game, besides, you know, being invincible, it lasts like 5 seconds after the music actually stops playing, which is super nice.
Yeah, they just didn't make the jingle long enough. It's pretty hilarious.
Man, I got that door clip. Let's try it. That door clip I'm bad at. But since we're invincible, we can... Yeah. But thankfully, since we're invincible, we can just jump on the lava there and skip that whole room. It's pretty nice. So now we're going to use our good buddy DJ Warmy Jeff here to get up to this rail and go to a roof section. Now, if you think this area is dark, this is what I'm playing in, by the way. So now I'm going to go and climb all the way up here, break out bounds, hopefully not keep having this horrible camera change on me, and immediately have to avoid the invisible kill plane, which I am good now. And now I'm just going to fly to the end with Rouge, because, you know, this isn't broken at all. Like, this is as intended. Unfortunately, I didn't get the fast fall there, so... If you take damage while you finish a hover, you have a chance, if you're uninterrupted, to have just a quick fall all the way to the ground. Unfortunately, it's a lot harder with Rouge than Knuckles because she weighs less. That's what we're theorizing at least.
Yeah, the fun part of that break out of bounds as well is if you go too far into the section where you just were with Shadow, there's an invisible wall around, like, the Rouge section, so you just, like, can't get back in.
Yeah.
That's happened to me a couple times, and it's pretty dumb.
Yeah, same here. It happened on a good pace run for me, and I didn't know what to do. Like, I was like, I could kill myself, or I could just have respect for myself and restart the game. Yes. So, back there, Rouge doesn't actually have a ending cutscene for Crisis Core. I mean, Flame Core. Well, Crisis Core would be a better name, to be honest. Anyways, for Flame Core. So, you can kind of just keep moving around with her, or just let her go take a lava bath. She's not dead. She was just taking a lava bath. You gotta keep those pretty breasts of hers firm that way. I mean, come on. So now we have the most boring fight in this whole game. We have Iblis Phase 2. Or, how everybody calls it, the wait-and-see simulator. So I'm just gonna kind of stand here, wait for him to attack, jump off this, hit him in the eye. So you can, with Shadow, if you move while doing a spin kick, he's actually invincible during that, but not when he stands still. If you do that and then homie attack him, it's technically the faster way, but if you do it too quickly, you actually get stuck inside of Iblis's body, which is very hard to recover from and usually kills you. So I stopped doing that after I lost 3 runs to it. So I just play it a little bit safe. I just jump back and then homie attack him. It wastes like maybe a fraction of a second. So we're gonna do the same stuff one more time, and then after that we just kind of wait for Iblis to actually come and attack us. I don't know why I keep grabbing an extra ring there. I don't need it. Okay. So last time for this, and then we'll be on the final little phase here. And now we wait for, I believe it's like around 45 seconds for him to like finally decide to attack us. So Oral, do you have anything to say?
This boss is stupid.
He's not wrong.
Also, now that I think about it, I think I stopped running this game because of Flame Core. Just because the new TV I got, like, during when I was running this, like, it was too dark compared to what I was used to just, like, be able to see what I was doing, so I just was like, fuck this.
Yeah. What you see on the capture is actually what I was playing with there. I normally have a setting on my TV screen that lets me brighten up the area quite a bit, but it's not set by default, so when I switch over from my normal monitor, my desktop screen to my game feed, it actually messes it up. So here we go. Here's Iblis finally attacking. Hey, he's kind of hurt himself for us. Anyways, that's Iblis phase 2. Thankfully, we're finally done with that. But now we hit the hard part of the game. Well, almost there. Well, now, technically, it's the hard part of the game, because now I'm going to try to explain what the story's partaking of so far. So if you don't know Sonic 06, it's time travel the game. So what is about to happen is, Ruse is going to the present to get Omega, to bring him to the future, to fight Mephiles, who's trying to go back in time to stop Shadow from imprisoning him in the Scepter of Darkness. But there's my mojo. Oh my god, it was tripped. The only time he helped me commentate, and he took away my mojo. Oh well. Anyway, so since we didn't get the moon jump, which saves us about 15 seconds, we're just gonna kind of jump in the corner here and then just whip up the laser grid and then fly to the gold ring. Because Rouge doesn't care, you know. As long as it's an edge, she's gonna climb up that thing somehow. By going face first into it.
She's in Shadow's story, but her and Edge just don't get along, apparently.
Yeah. The best explanation for the story I've ever heard. Well, I'll try to take that as a compliment. So now, we're fighting Mephiles in the future as Shadow, stalling for Rouge to get Omega. That is correct. That is the most sense I know. Also, we jokingly call him Mephiles. I don't know why. I think somebody originally might have pronounced his name wrong.
Don't bother to try and
Probably.
I know who
I think
The
it's
funny part is his story has nothing to do with... There's nothing feelsy going on at all. Mephiles is just straight up evil. Like, there's nothing else to it.
Yeah. Also, the reason why he looks like Shadow is because he's so pissed off at Shadow for imprisoning the Scepter of Darkness, he decided to take his form. I would find that more of a sense of like, flattery, but hey, whatever. I am actually getting a lot of double hits on these minions. So if you position yourself right, when you homie attack some of these guys, you can actually knock them into other ones. And it helps speed, since since you get the gauge from just the standard minions, that'll speed up everything quite a bit. Also, if you homing attack the fields right here, you actually kind of like lock onto them somewhat, so it's easier to homing attack to them later. It's kind of weird, but hey, you know, let's see. Oh, one short again. Oh well. So now Rouge brings Omega into the future, but Rouge doesn't get sent back from the present. But we have Omega, so hey, you know, Omega's good, right? Well, good thing he's like the god character in this game. Thing is, he'll sit there. He can sit there for a while. And just take hits. I think the best I got is he sat there for 6 hits. He just didn't care, which is very nice. Which once again also happens in this marathon.
The only part about this too is that to keep Omega like hovering like this, you have to continually mash A while you're also mashing X to like shoot. So like you have to just constantly be hammering on these 2 buttons for this fight while also like trying to manage your camera, keeping track of Mephiles. Like this is surprisingly technical relative to what it looks.
Maybe that's why I'm always losing height. I actually don't mash A. I just hold it with my
and just like let the time of the
yeah. I time the the shot so I don't lose too much air.
Yeah, I guess that's just a product of my laziness. There we go.
Although I feel like I'm taking the lazier approach, like I only have to use one finger.
Yeah, you're deliberately timing things.
Yeah.
It's more skillful.
So now we're back in the present, and now we're gonna actually start hitting a lot of the out of bounds in this game. So now we're going to Radical Train. We're supposed to go to the warehouse to meet back up with Rouge since we left her in she stayed in the present instead of coming back to the future, and we used the Chaos Emerald to get back to the future because, you know, Chaos Emeralds. So normally you go and get her, then you go to the Radical Train. Well, just like doors, walls are merely a suggestion in this game. So using Shadow and homing attack brokenness, we're just going to go to the area, if it permits, of course. So let's get it. Oh! Ah, man, fell out of bounds. I didn't land on anything solid. So
yes, this clip is really annoying. You have to be really, really ready to just like turn as soon as you get it. And obviously, if you're sitting there failing it, it's kind of just it trains your brain in a way that you're not ready for it, and you often just fall out of bounds. And this is one of the dumbest clips in the game, probably.
I actually feel like the one going to the Scepter of Darkness is the worst.
That one's also bad.
Because that one gives you even less stuff to land
Yeah,
on.
you have a sliver to
Oh
land.
my god, this is going bad. So I'm gonna give this a little while, and then I'm just gonna go get Rouge. So don't feel like you have to sit here and watch this train wreck. Okay, there we go. That's fine. That's fine.
Nice unintentional pun.
Oh, right, Radical Train. Yeah, pun. Definitely intended. So, Radical Train. So, Radical Train actually has a timer for the area. So, pretty much you're trying to outrace Eggman to the end of this area. So, within 58.5 seconds, if I do not get to the end area or close a gate, he will leave the area and counts as a death. So, if I don't make any major mistakes, and I hit the switch close, because it does slow him down a tiny bit. Unfortunately, I think door clip first try. So, if I got the door clip first try, pretty much, and played the rest of the stage really well, I can just go all the way to the end, never have to worry about hitting any of the switches. Unfortunately, I didn't. So, you saw that I killed myself there. So, every time you die, you actually reset the timer for the train by 58.5 seconds once again. So, now I have plenty of time to get over to the end area. While, you know, still going fast, because this is a speedrun after all. You don't have to be extremely rushed.
Oh no, I better speed up. Those enemies, they're guarding that cave.
So, Mikayu can again. And we're once again going to use Chaos Snap, and just kind of click through that box and spring it. So now we have the first section that has a motorcycle in it. And the best way to describe the motorcycle in this game is it's a piece of paper with a very strong engine. This thing is so easy just to decide to have a mind of its own and just fly off in some direction.
Catch up with the doctor's train ahead. It looks like that bike's
The physics on the vehicles as a whole are just not the best.
Oh, fits! No fits! Bad fits! Oh, well, that is unfortunate. So, because the fence threw me off, because it's so solid after you break it apart. Oh, and also sometimes the game just locks your controls, just by the way. Anyways, since that happened, I wasn't able to get through the train cycle fast enough. So I just, thankfully I got, positioned in a great area in which I could just jump over the train and go get the motorcycle. So now, to help me break up this train, I just have to shoot a side panel a few times. Which then I run out of ammo! Thank you, game! I have been needing this. Alright, well that was cool. Anyways, you have to hit the side panel, I think, with 6 shots? I think that sounds right.
Guess that was alright.
I'm surprised the motorcycle is the reason why you don't run this game, because there's plenty of other justifiable reasons why not to run this game.
There's a lot.
We're gonna see another one coming up after Aquatic Base, why you shouldn't run this game unless you can stand it. Oh, also, hey, well, do you know what the time's at right now?
35:55 on my end, or 35:35. I'm looking
Okay.
at the OBS preview because it's less delay.
That's awful. So I'm gonna show a cutscene after this, real quick. So we're gonna fight Silver, and then we're gonna watch the best cutscene ever made. So, okay, good. That was almost bad. So I'm just gonna keep this train in between me and Silver, and just kind of chaos attack it. Got it. So that potentially got bad because I actually didn't snap onto him that first attack after I knocked him down, and I didn't want to get it. It's no use. So thankfully I smacked him in the face at some point.
Perfect.
Okay. Hopefully I'm not gonna instinctively mash cutscene. Oh, that's say 216. Not bad. Okay, best cutscene ever. 2017 NA.
I know we're time traveling, but we gotta calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
Chaos control.
Best cutscene ever. Oh, wait, no cutscene after that. I'll skip these cutscenes often enough. Alright, so we got Aquatic Base. So, a neat little thing about this game, in this area is, or this game in general, is hitboxes for enemies are not spawned in immediately. So if I mash homie attack here, I actually get a homie attack off and not have to worry about hitting any of these slimes or enemies. And then I'm gonna clip out bounce here. And skip that room entirely, which is neat and somewhat new. And then clip through this door, hopefully. Alright, that should be it. Yep. Then homie attack across this ditch, because unfortunately we're not Sonic and don't have a Sky Gem to throw right now. So that was the first part of Quad Base. There's only one more part to this, so we're pretty much going to drive down this long corridor, hope we don't bonk into any walls, while wagging the game to a complete madness, and then have a giant fight section at the end of it, which hopefully I do well. Also, you can just kind of spin kick under these lasers, because hitboxes are actually kind of good sometimes in this game. Which is very weird to say about any Sonic game in general. So, I didn't mention it earlier, but sometimes you see me after I do a homing attack and start attacking something. I will keep doing it, and another enemy will kind of just die all of a sudden. So, there's actually an extension on his attacks when he does the chaos attacks. And you can normally, if you position yourself well enough after a homing attack, you can hit another person with it. Also, there's the Lag City, trademarked. Also, all those objects can just go crazy sometimes.
I really don't understand why they put so many boxes in that hallway. It's
Yeah, I don't know. And it's
completely
also
unnecessary.
it also seems like they're loading the room that you're going into at the same time as you going down that hallway,
Yeah.
which is honestly not a smart thing to do.
Strength in numbers.
So now you can see the glories of Chaos Snap not working all the time. So if you hold a direction while you're trying to do an attack, and you kill the unit afterwards, you're supposed to Chaos Snap to the next creature within range. Of course, that doesn't always work. And 140 isn't that bad. For what actually happened there.
Perfect.
So, now we're gonna have another out of bounds, which, in my opinion, is pretty difficult. So, to get to the Scepter of Darkness, you're supposed to do the side quest that you get. It's an escort mission, pretty much, in which you get information afterwards from this girl about where the Scepter of Darkness is. Well, thankfully, we can just go out of bounds and get around the trigger for it, and the Scepter of Darkness is already loaded in, so we just go get our upgrades, go over to the Scepter of Darkness, get it, go to the next area. Now, there is a faster strat for this area, in which after you get the Scepter of Darkness, you go and kill yourself, you get transported back to where I'm about to spawn in, and you have to do that out of bounds again. Well, the only way it saves time, which only saves 2 seconds if done perfectly, is if you don't miss the out of bounds once. And it's just not worth it, even though Yish keeps on going for it. Because he's a madman, I will never have that skill.
But there is an archaeologist who's researching.
Oh! Nice, good try.
You find the archaeologist.
So it's really, so you don't have that much of a platform to be sitting on out there, and most of the time you just kind of clip through.
So I didn't stop streaming.
Over again, you actually just barely lose any of your height. So we just fly around this invisible wall and we fly to the gold ring. We have a small little camera change there, which always trips me up, and some lag. Everybody loves lag. And then we go to the gold ring, because you know, as intended, right?
That was adequate.
Oh, okay. Audio was on my end at least. Cool. Recognize words. For people that couldn't hear that for that last section, pretty much what happened there was we decided to fly around the invisible wall because Omega's busted.
Accurate.
So now we have the only mission in the game that we do as Shadow, in which we just kill a bunch of enemies. So if done right, using Chaos Snap and hoping that it actually performs correctly, you can get around to 50-second time. Unfortunately, it doesn't always perform that way, or Omega decides to be a dick and stand right in front of you, which is hitbox is fucking huge. And you just can't kind of get off of him ever, which thankfully didn't happen. So now we're gonna hope. Ooh! That was a nice Chaos Snap there. Alright, the bird. I'm not strong for a second. So, we're gonna Chaos Snap, we're just gonna keep killing these enemies. That's pretty much the gist of this whole mission right here. So right now, come on. Guard? What? Guard?
Yeah, I think if I remember right, this is supposed to be like an escort mission, but you can kind of just go ahead of the person you're supposed to be escorting and kill everything, and it still finishes.
Yeah, because stuff only spawns as you kill. So right here, we can actually skip this whole group of birds and just go and kill the swarm right here, because they're all actually one kill. Now I'm going to perform a, which now my Chaos Blast actually do damage as well. My Chaos Spears, I should say, also do damage as well, which is extremely helpful. And now I just have to finish these dogs. That is the end of the stage. Unfortunately, did not do well on it because I got killed twice, and that worm decided to guard. Ironically, that is still better than some of my older runs, so... So, normal time for me on the stage is about a 104, so that's how much time I lost because the worm decided to guard, which I didn't know they could actually do.
Yeah, I think that happened to me like once, and it's like never happened again.
Yeah. But we learn something new every day, folks. So
Wouldn't be a marathon without stuff like that.
yeah, definitely. So after talking to this old man, we're gonna go to the final stage, Dusty Desert. So best way. So you've seen this whole run so far, and you've seen how. I'm trying to think of an accurate way of putting this. Luck-based? Yeah, that's a good one. Luck-based this run is just because you have so many skips that save so much time that also lose a lot of time if you don't get them first try. Well, this is the biggest one right here with Dusty Desert. So, this make or breaks every run if you play at a high level. So what I'm about to do is called the flipping clip. So with the hover bike, if you flip it and get it caught upside down, it will time out after a point and instantly break, which is a lot faster than waiting for it to get destroyed. So if I bounce off this wall up here correctly, I can get a flip, and hopefully not a fake one, which I'll describe if it happens. It looks pretty good. This might work. Maybe. So, oh, baby, come on. No, wall, don't betray me! Okay, unfortunately it did not work. I got betrayed. So now I have to just wait for it done. So ideally, you flip there, it times out, and then you just door clip through this wall and go to the rest of the stage. Now I have to wait for these birds to slowly kill Shadow's bike, which they're doing an awful job right now. They just don't know how to aim. They're the worst of birds. So, okay, now we're getting close. Let's go bring the door. I got door clip first try. So it's about a 30-second difference if you get the flipping clip or not. Actually, it's more than that. It's like 45.
Yeah, 45 is about right.
So it makes or break a run, pretty much. So, unfortunately, I didn't get it. So, in the hopes of me possibly getting a marathon PB, kind of thrown out the window.
It's just
Well, they've been thrown out the window for a while, to be honest. This game is, You have to have a good mindset for running this game. Thankfully, I got a marathon. I got a PB in general. De-rusting this game on Monday for the first time after not touching it for a month. That was a fun discovery. Okay, apparently I cannot door clip. There we go. Almost fell off.
I have to be careful not to get caught in the sand.
So now we're just gonna navigate through this area, and then we're gonna go over to this corner if I don't fall off like an idiot. And we're going to clip out of bounds through this corner, if I can get the right angle. And then onto this platform, which is conveniently laid out of bounds, and then just casually walk back in bounds. And we skip pretty much, I think, 3 rows? Could be wrong about that. Oh, okay, backup strats. Back up the backup strats. Thankfully that's... Oh my god, and now I didn't get the right angle. Cool. Thankfully I have plenty of practice for messing that up, so backup strats are not too terrible. Dusty Desert's not being a friend today. So now we're at the end of the Dusty Desert. We just have to jump over this gap, one up,
Off here.
go straight into the wall, because we need this platform so we don't die, and I almost died by falling it off, because dead frames are amazing. So, you can actually go under those poles and just kind of jump underneath them and skip them, but I am not consistent with it, so I choose to actually take the poles. It doesn't lose, like, loses a second
Not even
maybe,
a challenge.
which I'm not competing at a high enough level that a second matters yet.
The gaps are really tight as well. Like, if you go too high, you'll end up just undoing the time save by hitting the pole. If you go too low, you'll just bonk on the wall and die, so it's not really the most safe thing in the world.
So, here's the final boss, Mephielsu. So, Milk, if you can hear me right now, get ready on time. So, Mephielsu starts a lot differently than the first one. So he once again does start spawning creatures, but they actually spawn way up in the air. Now, if I get lucky, I can actually homing attack up to some of them, get a few kills, which helps me out later on when I need to build up Kaioken bar. Unfortunately, I didn't get any in the first cycle. I didn't get any in the second one. So, ideally you want 1 to 2. Oh god, that actually didn't get any. Unfortunate. So ideally you want to, it's like, you have the god time if you get 3 or 4, which actually, in my PB I got 4, which is awesome, but now this is a really hard split to beat. Okay. So now he's going to spawn these bigger minions on the side, which drop a lot of Kaioken moves. So now we just have to wait for them to attack, because they're invincible until they attack. And then I'm actually going to wait a little bit instead of going right to the next one to make sure I can get all the gauge. If you actually run away too quickly, you can get fake gauge, and it just doesn't hit. So, also if you stay any closer to where they die, you gauge faster, of course. So, I just need to get a full bar so I can actually lure out Mephiles, so I can start attacking him. This one I will actually go a little bit faster on. I was hoping to be able to get here before he does his attack, but unfortunately I did not. There we go. So this should be enough gauge to start. Now, Mephiles rises, I can go and straight attack him. So now he plays a little hide-and-go-seek game with you until you find him. So now I'm going to charge up to level 3 and Chaos Blast, doing a lot of damage. Immediately throw 2 Chaos Spears, get ready on time, Milk. And then 1 more Chaos Blast, and I missed! Well, I'm good. Yay! So, this is what we call getting the fields. So, apparently I was not close enough to get a Chaos Snap off. So, when you're in Kaioken ×3 form, you burn through your gauge a lot faster. So, the downside of doing the fast strat is this. You run out of Kaioken gauge and you have to redo this beginning part again. Thankfully, he actually spawns more minions during this when you have to attack the big guys. So you can pretty much immediately, like, it doesn't take as long as the first one did, even though it's still a time loss. It is unfortunate, but it happens. It is marathon luck. You deal with it. That should be enough now. The fields. Oh, he's doing this. Oh, fuck. So this is the last thing he does. Is he makes these circles of him, and then he time. By the way, time. Yeah. So unfortunately, that did not go well at the end. But hey, what the hell? So what was the final time? Just out of curiosity.
55:30.
Ugh. I'm sorry. That was awful.
I mean, you had like 2 big things that just like lost a huge chunks of time. So like,
yeah,
it happens. It's good though.
Yeah. This is Degen Dash. Everything's a world record.
Everything's a world record for runs that have audio issues. But
Audio
to be fair,
issues.
your run was the first run with issues that were on the runner's side, and I couldn't fix them. How
Oh,
does
they
it
were on
feel?
my side?
You had audio delay issues, but I didn't care.
Aver Media is a great capture card. That's all I have to say.
I agree.
God bless.
It's okay. It was a blessing because I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. Everybody, make sure you buy those Aver Media capture cards. I'm saying with no sarcasm whatsoever.
Why is this guy turning into like Nunk?
Scepter Darkness is OP. But oh no, Scepter Darkness broke. Didn't work. Oh boy. Welcome to Soccer 6 Logic.
It's destroyed.
Anyways, so thanks to Milk for letting me have 2 runs this time instead of just the one ZX Avid run,
Yeah.
and also getting the last ZX Avid run I'm ever gonna do. So congrats on that.
What a dream.
Legendary.
Yeah.
Had any last words other than that?
Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, even though it did not go well and there was audio issues. If you're following me for 06, I'm sorry, but I'm actually putting this game down for quite a while because I went way too hard in it this year. I'm gonna take a break until AGDQ submissions roll around. So, but I'm gonna be doing other stuff, like RPG stuff, which Milk hates. But hey, that's a thing.
Now that you
So yeah.
hope to stop me with your
Also,
limited
shout outs to Milk and the rest of the Degen Dash staff putting on a great marathon. It is quite literally the best online marathon.
It's
It's a shit ton of
I can
fun.
back that
the
up.
world
I
will
can back that
betray
up.
you.
It's always a shit ton of fun to be on it.
Why risk your life for those
Thanks
who
again,
will
man.
persecute you later?
God bless.
If the world chooses to become my enemy,